Hello everyone. Anything to anybody?
Hello.
Yeah, today is Saturday, April 27th, 2024. And I'm in one of my favorite neighborhoods in Mexico City. Well, I have a bunch, but this one I like because it's so quiet. Very historic. This is called Chimilistec. And this has history going back to the revolutions, and there were battles here and a lot of chaos, And in fact, this street up here. Hola.
Hola.
Buenas tardes. So there's a couple houses around here that I looked at a year or two ago, and they're still on the market. And my friends have told me the prices have come down quite a bit. They wanted about $1 million US, actually more. I think they wanted 23 million pesos, which is pesos right now 17th. Last year it was 20. So he said, you want to buy when the exchange rate is favorable. See, so I like this neighborhood because it's full of all these crazy alleys, you know. Hey, buddy. I'm surprised he's not barking. Look at that guy there, huh? I figured it was just a matter of time. He looked like a boxer. He's like, what are you doing in my neighborhood? So it's very quiet back here because you're off the main drags. And this is like an entire complex right here. If I remember correctly, the realtor told me it was like 40,000 square feet, which is of houses, just of the house. It has multiple buildings. It goes from here down to the next block. And that's what I like about Mexico. There's always some pretty flowers. Yeah, but it's the strangest setup. You know, the way they have these buildings attached. What usually happens is they'll have like a front portion, and then it will open up to like a courtyard and maybe other buildings. See, different realtor this time. And supposedly all of this is attached. Now, whether it is or not, once I found out the price, I'm not going to pay $1 million for property in Mexico. No way. Nope. But it is enjoyable going and just looking. See, so, and the you know, they all have their dogs. See? So it goes right down. So I could go down this alley, but I'm going to go out to the main drag. And what's interesting is this street out here, it's a street, but this used to be a river. 100 years ago, this was a river down here. And from what I read, it's like the people who lived in these areas that take their garbage and they throw it right in the river, so it became like a cesspool. Not a pretty river at all. So he just said, fill it in, we'll put a street. And it's actually a very enjoyable walkway now because it's a cobblestone street and there's a walkway in between. So a lot of these buildings have some sort of historical status, I believe. Okay. And this is one walkway here I'm going to cross. Buddy, how you doing? So, well, I mean, the weather here is just so glorious. It's like 72 degrees. It's about 5 o'clock. So the sun is just starting to go down. It gets dark here now around 6:30 to 7. By 7, it's pretty dark. And if you like getting outside, man, oh man. Now, rainy season is about to start. I think it can start in April. And we've had rain 1 or 2 days for an hour here or there. But it really starts in some May, June, July, somewhere in there. I think last year it was raining every day in May when I was here. Maybe I'll get a video of this old building here without the sun in my eyes. You can see how, I mean, if you like architecture, like old Spanish hacienda architecture, then Mexico City is a great place to walk around, in my opinion, of course. A lot of times they'll have like rooftop decks. Yeah, they have I can see that they have a spiral staircase right inside that window, it looks like. Goes up to the next level. But Mexico City, you know, if you want to live on a street like this, it's always noisy. I've stayed on streets like this, and it's okay for a night or two, but after that, it's like, no thanks. See, so somebody has a very nice outdoor area here instead of a parking area. Looks like they turned it into like a, you know, I'll get a picture of it here. Turned it into an outdoor sitting area. See? They have a fountain in the back. Into another alley. So these alleys, you can just go up and down them. Cross back over. Yeah, I really don't have a lot to say. Just living my life. That's all you can do. Staying busy. Although I have not continued writing book 2, even though I said I would when I got back to Mexico City. Now this color purple I really think is beautiful. Right here. Oh, they might have sold it. This thing was for sale for 2 years. And the sign's gone, so either they sold it or they took it off the market. And that camper, that camper's been there for, never seen it move. Look at that purple, isn't that beautiful? Yeah, it's tough to see. This camera is terrible. There we go. It's funny, I was, this happens, I don't know how much of the story I want to tell, but I'll just tell the brief version. So, I get random messages on WhatsApp and by texting, and I usually, hola, buenas tardes, and I usually just delete them. But this one, I actually opened and I read it and said, I'll have to go back to the message to remember exactly what it said. Look at these beautiful flowers here. Now I think this is called Bougainville, if I remember correctly. And this in combination with the jacaranda, which is pretty much out of bloom now. It's a purple flower. So you get the purple and the pink, and then see, this is what it used to look like right here. Here. See that? Hopefully that's coming out. They have a used to be country, and that was the road. This is the street now, because you'll see there's a bridge right over there. That's the bridge that goes over, and the street is on each side of the bridge. So I'm walking where the river used to be. Yeah, the jacarandas are, all the flowers are fallen. It's a purple flower. I might see some on the ground. And then there's these flowers here, which are absolutely gorgeous. It's like a light purple. Absolutely gorgeous. I don't know the name of it, but it's one of my favorites in Mexico. Look at that. There's actually a Walmart right down there. That is in my book. Read my book. Please, leave a review. The conclusion of the book, kind of the conclusion takes place in this area, actually. The exciting thriller at the end. See, so this is the bridge. So I'm walking in the river. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Why isn't that there? They got the somebody's got a little fountain for the birds there, but no water. Yeah, this is a very nice part of Mexico City. It's quite a few different what they call colonias, which is similar to barrios or neighborhoods. And this one I'm walking in is Chimalistic. And a lot of what I'm told, a lot of the big money lives in this area, like a lot of the politicians and lawyers. And that's why the houses are $1 million, $2 million bucks a piece. I did find some, I did go look at a property here where it was a lawyer and he had 2 lots. He had this old cinder block house that his office was in. Hold on. And then he had this property with a house that looked like the Brady Bunch house on the property next door. And he was selling both of them. And I think he wanted 40 million pesos, if I remember correctly, for both. And I think he wanted 23 million pesos for the one with the Brady Bunch lot. Because it was nice. It was a big lot, and the house was in the back, so you had this yard that you could convert into a garden or anything you want. And I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, so you can see I've done videos on the jacaranda. You can see that one barely has any flowers left, the purple. And these guys are going on, everything's delivered around here. Everybody gets their food delivered. Now, I could go down here and show one of the fountains. Yeah, we can do that. See the palm trees there. So you get the nice cobblestone streets. So I like coming here because it's quiet, peaceful, when the dogs aren't barking. Then you can get your steps in and enjoy the views. Plus it's shaded, so when it's really hot out, you're protected. Yeah, so I heard another bank failed yesterday, and we're getting to the end of May, in 2024, and I think we could get some real fireworks, because next week is the Fed meeting. Oh, look at that, it's still for sale. This is actually, so I don't have to describe it. This is where the lawyer's office was, right there. It's like a cinder block house. And then the house with the Brady Bunch is behind there. And you know, the guy was nice enough. I mean, he's fine. It took 45 minutes to show me the property. And, but I didn't make an offer on the, oh, it looks like I got some photos up here. And the fountain is turned off. Wedding or quinceañera? I can never remember that word. It's when the girls turn 15. I always say quinceañente, but I think it's quinceañera. And it's when girls turn 15. In Mexico, they have a big, it's almost like a wedding. Wow. The girls have purple dresses. Wow, very pretty. Guess the street's closed off down there. Hola. ¿Es posible pase? Okay, gracias. Gracias. Hola. Buenas tardes. Ah, muy bonita. Vestidas. Yeah. Well, me gusta morada. Yeah. So this is the fountain that's in the book, but it's turned off today. It's a beautiful fountain too. It spreads the water. I mean, it's really a gorgeous fountain. I think I've posted videos of it before. And you know, nice car there. ¿Cuándo es la matrimonio? Hoy? Oh, felicidades. Okay, buen suerte. Muchos niños. So they're getting married today. Usually, it's funny, in China, the process is, when you want to get married, you go down to the government office, you take your hukou, which is your family identification, and until you're out of the house or get to a certain age, you are on your father's hukou. And so you go down and you get you register for your license to marry, and you're officially married when you get the license in China. And then what you do is you go out and you get your photos. And so before you even have a ceremony, you know, you're going to somebody's house and they'll have all their wedding photos. And they do a couple, but the Chinese they usually go out and they do these sporty photos, and then they do these active photos, and then the dress-up photos, and then they'll have a couple formal photos. And then they'll have a ceremony. And the dresses for the brides in China are red. And last 10 years or so, the Chinese girls have started using white dresses. And in fact, I've been to, if I remember correctly, they arrive in a red dress. The ceremony's in a red dress, and I think they change and they leave in a white dress. So a lot of them will try to use both. And the traditional girls will just stick to a red dress. It's very pretty. And they have bridesmaids as well. So, but in Mexico, normally you see them doing photos on a different day. Yeah, so this is the other fountain from the book. And this one's turned. It's very strange. During the week they're running, but today's Saturday, it's not running. So you see, that is where the fight was. Ta-da. So we won't need to revisit there. All right. Well, So I just congratulated the folks there, and I told them, I said, good luck and have many babies. And this is just my opinion. What else is the purpose of marriage other than to have babies? That's my opinion. Don't kill me. Otherwise, if you're not going to have kids, what's the point of getting married? Really is no reason. Everything else you can do with a legal contract, and you don't have to get married to have babies, but let's face it, traditional family structure for children, any sort of structure for children, having a household, having structure, it's always best. In fact, what was I? Boy, now I'm, but got to start kids early. If you have kids, you've got to get them. I mean, kids are dumb little animals. I don't know. Very rare that a child will be like, Mommy, I want to learn to play the piano when they're like young. I mean, yeah, occasionally you'll have Mozart in the family, but children are influenced by their surroundings. So if the mother's a doctor, or if the father's an athlete or a lawyer, then it's no surprise that's where the children tend to either be repelled by that or attracted to it. More photos up here, I think. And so I think it's important to get kids on a schedule of learning when they're young, when their brains are sponges. Languages, mathematics, sciences, exposing them to all types of different professions, like being an engineer or a scientist, a doctor. I mean, how many people fall into these shit jobs because they've never been prepared? They just went through life blind. And then they graduate high school, they're like, well, I guess I'll go work for Blockbuster or become a hairdresser or get a government job. That seems to be the big one now. All the jobs are in government. So they steal money from everybody to pay people for social welfare and produce nothing, because the government jobs produce nothing. Go ahead, debate me. Government jobs produce absolutely squat. No need for 99.999% of them. It's just sucking off the tit of the system. And that's why the United States, one reason, I mean, because it filters down. And that's what happens is we have this kleptocracy now. And everybody just tries to get theirs. I got to get mines. I got to get mines. Government owes me. I remember I had this guy. I bought some components from him for my business. And he said, hey, would you be interested in making products for me that I could then sell to the government? And so we had a discussion on it. And basically, it require, setting up a government contract license, and which is a whole process in itself. And I wanted to punch this guy in the face because he was a giant. I mean, he told me he made a couple $1 million a year selling parts to the government. So I would have just sold these parts. I mean, I would have made money, don't get me wrong. But he probably would have made more than me for doing nothing other than just setting up the contact. All right, so this is actually Insurgentes, Avenida Insurgentes, which this is the main north to south street in Mexico City. This is the only street that, well, is it? I'm pretty sure this is the only street in Mexico City that runs the entire length of the city, north to south. So you can stay on the street and go from the extreme south, which is that way, or you could take it to the extreme north. And it would take you a while. I've actually done it on the bus, and take you a few hours. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just debating how much I want to. It feels like it's about 5:30 based on the sun in my face. And so this part of Mexico City, Insurgentes, and then this is Avenida Revolution. And believe me, they have a lot of revolutions here. So this is an aptly named street. So in this part of Mexico City, I mean, they're like literally 100 meters apart, 200 meters. And they kind of split in a V, so they separate. And Revolution does not go all the way up. It goes and then it ends, and eventually you can work your way up to Chapultepec, going up that way. But you can't take a single colectivo, you got to change it. Well, okay. Yeah, I just realized I had the camera faced the wrong way. It's on me. Sorry about that. I thought I switched it. Oh, it doesn't allow me to switch it. That's why. Alright, so this is Revolution. And that's the Patio Mall. And this is one of the local markets right over there. It's where I go and have my consommé de pollo, my chicken soup, once a week. I eat meat a couple times a week. Typically I'll have chicken once or twice a week, and then I'll have a hamburger once or twice a week, on average. So it could be just once. And you just always have to keep your head on a swivel, because the cars don't give a shit for nothing. They will run you over and keep you going. Even the collectivos and these funny things, you'll see these 18-wheelers, the double stacked with the twin, they'll have twin 53-foot trailers on. And in the middle of the night, I've been out here at midnight before, and the roads are barren, and you'll see those trucks cutting down. Who are they? I can't even read the name. Yeah, Mexico City gets all the bands. You name it, they come here. In fact, it's funny, I wanted to see this band because I heard they were announcing a North American tour, so I'm like, all right, great. And he said 2024. And they were here beginning of April. Hold on. They're beginning here, the beginning, see, so this is the market. So you can get pretty, fruit, flowers, there's restaurants, knickknacks. And you can see there's a mural. And the elections are coming up in June here. And this guy's picture is everywhere, but you can see what people think of him. Yeah, the indigenous people. Yeah, Mexico has a very interesting history, man. It's their history's longer than the United States. Spanish were here before the U.S. Before the American colonies were founded. So again, you can get anything on the street you want. I have bought stuff on the street, and I've had mixed results. So you just want to make sure you pay as little as possible. Now this is oh boy, the bus station here. What's it called? Not Jardín. Las Palmas, I think. I think it's called Las Palmas. The Palms. See, that's what I'm talking about. See. I remember I was walking down the street. It was around midnight. There was nothing here. And one of those trucks goes by me. had to be doing 80 miles an hour, at least, maybe more. And the lights were red, but he didn't care. He didn't care. This actually goes up to a very beautiful area. Yeah, so it's, yeah. Yes. Okay, that's all I have. Hence Las Palmas, right? Right there, Las Palmas. And those are all different buildings and apartments right there. So you can get colectivos or buses anywhere from here. So it's, the bad thing is the metro's not close to here, the subway. You gotta walk about a mile to the subway. You can get to 1 or 2 lines from here. Or you can take colectivos or buses and get around, which is fine. I typically walk anyway, so it doesn't bother me. And this is a very old area. You've got some churches around here from the 1600s. So you can get meals of the day, quesadillas, all different types of stuff. Yeah, it's a... Well, I'm in Mexico for the weather. That's why I'm here. And the only thing I don't like is that it has a rainy season. And I like to go out and walk in the afternoon. And that's usually when it rains. Like when I was up in the hills of Veracruz. You know, I'd finish work 2, 3 o'clock. And I'd go get something to eat. And then I like to go out for my walk after I eat. So just bring a raincoat. All right. Holy cow, I've been talking for half an hour. And I didn't say anything. Hola, buenas tardes. So you'll find all these old ladies on the street. I give to them occasionally. I gave to this lady yesterday. I see her. She's a character. I see her and she'll always do this with a cup to me. Watch, she's gonna go like this. And I'll give her money occasionally, but I never carry cash. I never carry cash, so I don't really do it. No cup today. And then we get people with accidents. Because the young kids in Mexico, when they get on these motorcycles, they have no fear, man. And they drive like that. Live long and prosper.